Hello, friends. Let's talk about regret, resilience, and renewal. Regret comes from wrong choices, wrong turns taken, opportunities missed, words spoken, words unspoken. It is a feedback from the past. It is also a compass for wider choices. Carl Jung said that if a tree has to ascend the skies, it should send its roots deep into hell. Regret is that hell. Nietzsche also speaks of this. He says, I would like my followers to taste the wretchedness of defeat and the despair of failure, because from there, great generals and guides will be born. He is of the view that if there is no mud, there is no lotus. Even the Stoics think similarly that obstacle is the way. Regret worsens if you're small minded, if you're highly acquisitive, if you are small hearted, if small losses matter a lot to you. Also, perfectionists suffer from greater regret. The very fact that you have regret means that you had choices. People who don't have choices don't have regrets, they just live like an automaton. If regret becomes continuously an interior monologue, it turns into remorse. Knowing people who can take harder knocks can help you handle your regret, your sadness. Some of the hard knocks in life are if a young child, uh, if a young adult child dies. Other people who have taken hard knocks, 27 years in the prison, and still triumphant are people like Mandela, Gandhi, etc. This is what I would like to say about regret, and now turn to the next section, which is resilience. Resilience means the ability to bounce back, ability to bear and bounce back. So, one of the big pillars for resilience is gratitude. When you get up in the morning, if you are lucky to have a good spouse, look at her while she is sleeping and feel grateful. This is psychosocial gratitude. If you are not lucky in that area, you can still be grateful. Look at the air conditioner which is running in your room and making sure that you are comfortable. This is economic gratitude, which is not available to millions and billions of people. Belief in God can give you spiritual gratitude. Another very good area, a very good recipe for handling regret is journaling. If you journal, you distance yourself from that emotion which you are experiencing. Buddha used to say, don't say, I am sad. Say, there is sadness. Journaling is a very good way to label your emotion and also to go to their fountain heads as well as consequences. What is it that you are worrying about? Another area which is very rarely spoken and which might apply on a small number of cases only, but which does apply, which helps you become resilient, is revenge. It is unpopular to speak of this, and often revenge is a self corrosive emotion. However, you should also know where the exception lies. Exception lies in the thoughts of thinkers like Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand says that Howard Roark, a hero in Fountainhead, and Francisco de Anconia, the hero in Atlas Shrugged, are also taking revenge. But that revenge doesn't have an emotional quality. It's not emotional revenge, it's a moral revenge. For example, in the case of Howard Roark, when he realizes that Cortlandt homes have been made flouting the moral and ethical principles of architecture which he stands for, he goes and blows Cortlandt homes away. Francisco de Anconia, when he realizes that most of the society has become parasitic or the bureaucracy is corrupt, he withdraws in a manner which paralyzes the society. This is moral reclamation. So she says somewhere, and uh, I don't remember the exact words, but the words are something like that: to take revenge against those who try to destroy you is the highest expression of self-respect. And this can also give you huge resilience. The last point is renewal. So I was recently in Copenhagen. What a beautiful city. Modern architecture, modern principles of design. And I got to know it got razed to the ground more than a couple of times by fire. So the need for building something completely by modern architectural and city design principles arose. Similarly, you should see every setback as the chance of rebuilding something which is more contemporary. And in this case, the greatest exponent of how to handle the challenges and setbacks in life is Viktor Frankl, who was a psychiatrist who was detained by the Nazis during World War and put in the concentration camp. And he had a manuscript with him. And he told the guard that, will you keep this manuscript for me till I come back? And the guard was surprised, aghast at this request, thinking he doesn't know what is going to happen there. Anyway, he went through the great trauma of the concentration camp for 3 years, in which he lost his wife, his family, everybody. Came back, and of course, he never found out the manuscript, but he started writing again. And he wrote a masterpiece which is called Man's Search for Meaning, which is understandable only if you have seen some ups and downs of life. So readers who have seen some ups and downs of life would realize what a masterpiece it is, in which he speaks about three types of energies or creativities which emerge. First, bad experience becomes the raw material for creation. So creative energy can be released in art, wisdom, service, empathy, kind of converting the wound into a work of art. Second is experiential value. If you cannot be creative, you cannot, let me say, uh, as you say that if life offers you lemon, may make some lemonade. If you cannot make lemonade, the experience also is uplifting and allows you to feel many emotions more deeply. It does not, the bad experience does not give you joy, but it opens your eyes to greater opportunities of joys, even small things you will start appreciating more, whether in nature, daily life, etc. And the last is attitudinal value. The very fact that you could brave the the experience changes you. It brings courage in you. It brings greater resilience, inner freedom, greater dignity. You feel now you are so strong that nothing can hurt you. So this is what is Viktor Frankl's contribution to resilience. So resilience and renewal comes after you have forgiven yourself. So first step of handling regret, resilience and renewal is forgive yourself. Second is rediscovery of purpose, finding fresh anchors for your energy. Then third is hope that tomorrow can be better. That will also depend on the effort which you are putting in, the thought you are putting in, etc. So regret reminds us of our humanity and also tells us which direction we should take. So it is a direction finder. Resilience shows us our strength, and renewal proves our spirit is indestructible. The strategist in us learns from regret. The warrior in us draws on resilience, and the visionary in us seeks renewal. So be that strategist, be that warrior, and be that visionary. Wish you all the best.